Waking up this morning felt wrong. Not like a bad dream wrong, but like the air itself was different. I rolled over, reaching for my phone on the nightstand, and that's when I saw it. A single text message staring back at me from the lock screen. But it wasn't a message I had received. It was a message I had apparently sent at 3:12 a.m. I was fast asleep at 3:12 a.m. I never stay up that late. My heart started to pound a little faster. Who could I have possibly texted in the middle of the night? I unlocked my phone, my fingers fumbling a bit, and opened my messages. The text was sent to a number I didn't recognize, and the words made the blood drain from my face. It said, "It's done. Don't contact me again." What? It's done. What's done? I stared at the screen, rereading the 5 chilling words over and over. They made no sense. It felt like I was looking at a piece of someone else's life, a dark, secret part that had somehow gotten tangled up with mine. I scrolled through my call log, an outgoing call to the same unknown number, just minutes before the text was sent. It lasted only a few seconds. I didn't make that call. I didn't send that text. I was asleep. I quickly checked my other apps. My photo gallery had been opened. My notes app, too, and my battery, which was at 80% when I went to bed, was now clinging to life at 15%. Something was seriously wrong. My phone had been active all night, without me even touching it. A cold dread started to creep up my spine. Was my phone hacked? Was someone remotely controlling it? But that didn't feel right. The activity seemed too physical, like someone had been holding it, using it. My mind raced, trying to find a logical explanation, but all I could come up with were terrifying possibilities. Shaking, I got out of bed and walked to my front door. I have one of those smart doorbells with a camera. Maybe it caught something. My hands trembled as I opened the app and scrolled back through the night's footage. My heart stopped. At exactly 3:05 a.m., the camera activated. A figure, completely cloaked in a dark hoodie that obscured their face, walked up to my door. They didn't try to break in. They didn't even knock. They reached into their pocket, pulled out a key, and unlocked the door. My door. They used a key. I watched in silent horror as the figure slipped inside, closing the door gently behind them. They were in my house. While I was asleep, someone was in my house. I felt a wave of nausea wash over me. Who was it? And how did they get a key? I only have 2 keys. One is on my keychain, which was right here on the kitchen counter. The other, the spare key. I kept a spare key hidden under a loose brick by the back patio. It was an emergency-only key, and only one other person knew where it was. My boyfriend, Ethan. I ran to the back door, slid it open, and knelt by the patio. My fingers found the loose brick, and I lifted it. The small, hollowed-out space underneath was empty. The key was gone. No, it couldn't be. Ethan wouldn't. Why would he? My mind reeled. The hooded figure, the key, the strange text message. It all started swirling together into a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. Someone close to me, someone I trusted, had taken my key. They had come into my house in the dead of night and used my phone to send a cryptic, terrifying message. But why? Just as I was about to spiral into a full-blown panic, my phone buzzed in my hand. A new message. This time, it was from the same unknown number that my phone had texted earlier. My breath hitched. I opened it. It read, "You weren't supposed to see that." A chill, colder than anything I'd ever felt, shot through my entire body. They knew I had seen the message. They knew I was on to them. My first instinct was to call Ethan. He would know what to do. He would calm me down, tell me it was all some crazy misunderstanding. I dialed his number. It rang, and rang, and rang. Straight to voicemail. "Hey, it's Ethan. Leave a message." I tried again. Voicemail. Again. Voicemail. My panic was escalating. This wasn't like him. He always answers his phone. I sent him a flurry of texts. "Ethan, call me now. It's an emergency. Someone was in my house last night. Where are you?" The messages delivered. But there was no reply. As a last resort, I opened the location sharing app we use. We always have it on, just for peace of mind. But when I looked for his icon on the map, it was gone. Location sharing has been turned off. He had turned it off. Why would he turn it off? Especially now, the dread in my stomach turned into a hard, painful knot. The person who knew about the key. The person who was now completely unreachable. It all pointed to one person. It couldn't be him. There had to be another explanation. There just had to be. I paced my living room for what felt like hours, my mind a chaotic mess of fear and disbelief. I replayed the camera footage, staring at the hooded figure, trying to see something, anything, that would prove it wasn't him. But the person was careful, their face always hidden, their movements generic. Then my phone rang. Ethan's name flashed on the screen. A wave of relief washed over me, so powerful it almost buckled my knees. "Ethan," I answered, my voice cracking. But it wasn't him. It went straight to a voicemail notification. He hadn't picked up. He had called and immediately hung up to leave a message. My finger hovered over the play button, a new kind of fear gripping me. What was I about to hear? I took a deep breath and pressed play. Ethan's voice filled the speaker, but it was strained, hushed, and laced with an urgency that terrified me. "Listen to me," he whispered, his words fast and clipped. "Don't freak out. I can explain everything. Just stay calm, and whatever you do, don't call the cops. Do you understand? Do not call the cops. I'll be there soon." The message ended. I stood there, frozen, the silence of my apartment suddenly deafening. Don't call the cops. Why? What had he done? What was this that was done? The message didn't call me. It threw gasoline on the fire of my fear. The person I loved, the person I trusted with my life, was at the center of this nightmare. And he was telling me not to get help. I didn't know what to do. Call the police against his wishes, or wait for the man I was no longer sure I knew to show up at my door and explain. The day bled into a long, agonizing night. Every creak of the house, every shadow in the corner of my eye sent a jolt of terror through me. Ethan never came. He never called again. His location remained off. I sat on my couch, wrapped in a blanket, my phone clutched in my hand like a lifeline, staring at the front door. As the clock ticked past midnight, then 1 a.m., then 2 a.m., an exhausted, surreal calm settled over me. I must have dozed off, because the next thing I knew, the buzz of my phone startled me awake. I looked at the screen. The time was 3:12 a.m. And there it was, a new sent message to that same unknown number. It's done. Don't contact me again. It happened again. My heart hammered against my ribs. Was the person back in my house? I scrambled for the light switch, flooding the room with light. I was alone. I checked the door camera. Nothing. No one had come in. So how was the message sent again? It was as if my phone had a will of its own, a dark, repeating ritual that it was forced to perform every single night at the exact same time. The mystery was deepening, spiraling into something far more complex and sinister than I could have imagined. Someone used my phone to frame me or communicate about something terrible. Someone used a key only my boyfriend had access to enter my home while I slept. And now the man I thought I knew was missing, leaving behind only a cryptic warning. And every night at 3:12 a.m., the cycle repeats, a ghostly echo of a crime I know nothing about, sent from my own phone. I'm trapped in the middle of a story that isn't mine, and I have a terrifying feeling that finding out what it is might be the last thing I ever do. Thanks for watching. If you have any theories about what's going on, drop them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Stay safe out there.